Happy Friday, everyone. It's Chief Meteorologist Eric Wilhelm here with a look at a snowy Friday forecast and a cold weekend coming up. Let's start with the radar as we head through the midday hours. Here is the snow right on schedule. I told you yesterday it'd start around 10 o'clock, and in most places it has begun to snow lightly here. I'm recording this at about 10 after 10 this morning. The steadiest and heaviest of the snow is actually down around I-70 from Dayton to Columbus over towards Zanesville, but we'll get in on some of this moderate snow over the next several hours and road conditions will deteriorate. It's awfully cold out. Temperatures here at my home weather station only around 12.5 degrees right now, and rock salt doesn't work that well at these temperatures, so expect some slick travel through lunchtime and into a good chunk of the afternoon across the Mahoning Valley. The back edge of our snow is out across Indiana and western parts of Michigan. Let's take a closer look at this with the Cleveland radar showing moderate snow down towards Dover and New Philly, Akron and Canton over towards Atwood Lake and Carroll County. And some of this moderate snow will sneak north and head into Mahoning County, Columbiana County, up into Trumbull County as well over the next couple of hours. So again, expect conditions to kind of go downhill from here across most of northeast Ohio and western PA. Now, as we take a look into the future, here's a high-resolution computer model showing things for today. I'll start with the map that's valid about right now. So this model has a pretty good handle on where the heaviest of the snow is, again, down towards I-70. As we put this in motion, this is this afternoon, and right here, this is at about 3 o'clock this afternoon. Notice the back edge of the precipitation is back to about I-71. So 4, 5 o'clock, expect conditions to start to improve as the snow starts to wind down. So the worst of our weather from about 11 o'clock today up until about 5 o'clock this evening. And then beyond that, sure, there'll be some flurries left over, but I think the accumulating snow is just about done by sunset this evening. There's a lot of things meteorologists look at to formulate a forecast. One of them is short-range computer models, and there's a whole host of them. In this chart, while it might be a little hard to see and a little bit complicated, generally gives us an idea as to how much snow these short-range models expect to fall. Each line on this chart indicates a different computer model. There's a whole bunch of them. But the one we want to pay attention to, if you can see it here, is this black line kind of right in the middle. This black line represents the average of all of these models. When you average them all together, how much do they expect? And over here on the left, we have numbers here, and this is the amount of snow that these models expect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and up to 6. This black line gets up to about 2.5 inches here in Youngstown by the end of the day today, and that corresponds or jives pretty well with our forecast of 2 to as much as 4 inches. So our computer models are pretty much in agreement with our ongoing forecast at 21 News. So 2.5, 3 inches, a pretty good bet by the end of the day. And these computer models actually add on a little bit to these totals tonight. We could get another coating to 1/2 of an inch in parts of the Mahoning Valley tonight with those leftover flurries and snow showers. But as far as the accumulations today, between late morning and early evening, 2 to 4 inches, maybe around 2.5 to 3, kind of right in the middle of that range, seems like a real sure bet. Let's talk about the rest of the forecast. As we get beyond our snow event today, I think there'll be some leftover flurries tomorrow. Here's another suite of computer models, things that meteorologists look at to make their forecast. And these computer models tomorrow suggest there'll be more green blobs around northeast Ohio, western PA, suggesting more snow showers and flurries. Now notice Sunday starts out dry. This is Sunday around lunchtime. We should have some sunshine still, but the moisture is gathering again out to our west, and this blob of moisture will come east as we head through Sunday night and into Monday. And things become kind of tricky Monday morning. The air upstairs in the atmosphere a little bit, maybe 4,000 or 5,000 feet above our heads, will actually be above freezing, but temperatures here at the surface where we live will still be very close to freezing or perhaps a little below freezing, so we are concerned as some of this moisture moves in that rain will fall in that warmer than 32-degree layer, but then it encounters the layer that's below freezing where we live, and freezing rain seems pretty likely for a few hours Monday morning. So Monday morning's commute could be real tricky. Now temperatures down here where we live should get above freezing then as we get into the afternoon Monday, leading to just plain rain and wet roads, but we are keeping a close eye on Monday morning. Could be a real tricky one. And then it will be warm enough for rain on a few occasions Tuesday into Wednesday. This is Tuesday evening. The rain not all that heavy, but there will be some precipitation around right through Tuesday night. And then the cold air will sweep in Wednesday and into Thursday. Now this computer model, this American GFS model, does have snow and maybe several inches here during the course of next Thursday, 6 days from now. The European computer model, kind of the European counterpart to our American GFS model does not really have that. It has some flurries and snow showers around, but no big accumulations. So a little bit of a discrepancy between our two main long-range computer models. We'll be fine-tuning that forecast, of course. We're talking about 6 days from now, so plenty of time to do some fine-tuning on that. As far as temperatures go, here is the European model I just mentioned. The top chart here shows temperatures all the way out through Groundhog Day. In fact, all the way out through the 3rd of February. Here's our spike of warmth associated with that rain next week. It could get into the lower 50s Tuesday afternoon before our front comes through. Temperatures crash, and we go below freezing again, starting the evening of the 31st and heading right through the first several days of February. We should be back in the deep freeze. In the American GFS model kind of agrees with that. Again, spike of warmth next week. 50 seems pretty likely in much of the region for the very end of the month. But then we ring in February on a colder note. Notice the downward trend in our temperatures for the first several days of February. Lots to talk about today. I'll have updates on Twitter and Facebook. Be sure and watch Jess at noon on 21 News. And I'll be on at 6 and 11 this evening with the final tallies of our snow today and more details on the possibility of ice for Monday morning. In the meantime, have a great Friday and a fantastic weekend.